Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your 2020 yearly reading. 2020 yearly forecast. What is your theme, Aquarius? Let's take a look. Okay. So what we're seeing here is you are on a path with your community, but right now the community is really not behind you. We are seeing this three stone rod here, and I'm wondering if this, and I'm going to say it's a staff, if this journey is really going to become backed up by your community eventually, okay? That's the hope. But I think that right now it's maybe even too new. So let's take a look. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So we're doing a 12 card spread with one stone for each card for the months of the year. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Let's see. And then your stones. Okay, so in January, Aquarius, what we are seeing is a big shock. There's knowledge coming in that you did not see coming. Huge shock. It's going to sweep you off your feet. You did not expect this, needless to say. And then creatively, this Knight of Cups comes in. Kind of too good to be true. Be very careful with this one. Looking like the knight in shining armor, the love of your life, probably too good to be true because he's going to come off that way, and yeah, he is. Everybody's human, right? March, we do have a bit of an egomaniac hanging around, and this has to do with his finances. I think he's like, look at everything I've grown. I don't need anybody. I'm wealthy. I can, do this without any help. Maybe not appreciating people coming in from the past because he is, so wealthy. He's kind of overseeing everything and not really bringing himself down to the level of actually doing this on his own. He may be, having other people do all that for him. But just a little boisterous, I would say. And then in April, and that may be who this guy really is. I mean, he might be wealthy, but emotionally, I'm not really sure if that's the person you want to be involved with. Because emotionally, he may not be there at the table for you. See, here's the table. He's way up there. You'd be down here. And it's just kind of like, well, you're gone because that's not, the relationship that you had wanted. And then in April, we do have a message of wisdom coming in, but it is also a message of love, okay? The Page of Cups in the upright, it can be a message of love from a family member, from a friend, but they are sending you a message intended as love of wisdom, because that wisdom stone is there. However, in May, you have a brand new, beautiful, emotional journey ahead of you. This is the good news, okay? You got to, I mean, this is gorgeous energy here. Look at that with that good news stone. It's not even the same color. It's just beautiful. And this could be a brand new love in your life, or you could be so connected with yourself emotionally and single as being a single person that you don't even feel the need to even care about what happened back there in February. Okay. Like, this is just gorgeous. Feeling a little protective in June, I think, with maybe a new career path or a new investment opportunity. You're still learning the ropes. You still have somebody kind of barking orders at you, telling you what to do, how to learn, how to do what you're doing. You know, you're not vetted yet in it. So, you know, there's always room for growth. But I think you're feeling a little more protective of yourself, even emotionally, in this situation. In July, anything can really happen. It's almost like we're seeing the return of this guy. This dude here, that 9 of Cups in the upright, he's kind of, again, a little bit arrogant, okay? Coming off as quite an arrogant individual. Anything can kind of happen with this guy, so I would just be careful about that, okay? Watch out for that boisterousness and that arrogance. We just don't really need that in our life or around us. This Emperor coming up in August, though, is going to bring in a lot of joy, okay? It may be you, all right, if you're identifying with your masculine side, but you know, maybe not quite as vetted again. He would be a lead. He would be older. He would be like a boss or a dad or a grandfather or somebody who's the head of something, you know, maybe a dean at a college. He's coming up a lot this year for all of my readings. He's in almost every single reading. This one still has some things to learn. He, you know, hindsight's 20/20, and he maybe hasn't been through a lot of obstacles or shortcomings in his lead career, okay? But he's still being very positive and joyous and bringing you a lot of joy. So this could be a new friendship or a new leadership in your life, maybe a new boss, like I was saying. And then we have September. And in September, that path is finally going to show itself. That opportunity, it's there. It's ripe. It's saying, go this way. You will know exactly which direction you need to take. You do have the 7 of Cups in the upright here. It did take some stillness, I would say. I would say that in the month of September, you will take a lot of time for stillness, because before that, oh, sorry about that. Hold on 1 minute. I dropped my stone. Before that enlightening path really comes to fruition, we are sometimes in this state where there's all these opportunities around us, but many of them are delusions and illusions and just not the right path for us. And at that point, we need to sit still until this happens. So what I'm going to tell you is that if at any time within your month of September, you are feeling like you have so many opportunities, you can't even count them, and you're not so sure about some, but you're just like kind of almost entranced by them all, I would not make a decision. I would stay still and wait for this, you know, to present itself to you, because it will by the end of September for sure. October, we do have that connection with the divine. You know, you've worked very hard. You were enjoying your time, you know, working in the sun almost, you know, being seen in your career and professionally and illuminated in your career professionally. You know, but the dawn or the twilight does set in. And we have to remain connected throughout that. And then in November, that gift is coming in. Okay. I think it's the gift of insight. I think it will be the gift of intuition, because it is a gift. It isn't foreseen at this time, but I do think inevitably that will flip around and you will have all the keys and all the information that you need by the end of that month of November there. And I think you're going to be relying a lot on your intuition in November. By December, you will have experienced some emotional losses. You will want justice. I do feel like you are going to experience an emotional injustice this year, and that will be somewhat of an emotional loss. Not a huge one, but somewhat. And I think it has to some to do with this ego, boisterous individual. Maybe not this new beginning, though. And then what you will realize inevitably is that not all is lost. You still have a couple of cups in the upright. When you can start healing, you will experience growth. By the end of that month, you will have that justice and you will start healing. I am seeing that perhaps the reason that community is not behind you at this time is because you got to wait for that September month, okay? You may have all of this going on all year long, okay? All of that, all right? You're going to need to stay still until that September month when it finally breaks and you have, that clear, honest path to make that decision, those decisions that you need to make. And you will know. I think letting some of those cups go is really where your emotional loss is going to be. But the beauty of it, is you still have that enlightened path. So it's good. The Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. It will take some strategy to get through the year, guys, okay? I'm not going to lie. I do think that if you trust in yourself and your own intuition and what you know is right and best for you and stay close to yourself emotionally, that you will get through this year and you will have accomplished a lot. As far as these emotional paths right here, they're looking fantastic. So yes, you will have a few emotional losses this year, but the emotional gains that you will achieve this year are going to be tremendous. Okay? All right, guys, have a good 2020.